We're here for another player profile inside the Lair. Today we're joined by freshman infielder Finley Buckner. Finn, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Looking forward to getting to know you a little bit more. We're going to start with a fun fact. We like to do these. We don't get them for everyone, so when we get one, we really got to sink our teeth in. So Finley Buckner, you earned the Engineer Capstone Award your senior year for building an electric guitar by hand. You're good at baseball, we know that, but take us through the process of building a guitar by hand.
Yeah, first of all, I'm surprised you know that. Second of all, yeah, so my high school had a full engineering program, full lab, and we had to do a full capstone project. And mine, I picked my junior year, and I don't know what popped into my head. I kind of just wanted a distraction. I think it's really good for athletes to have something to do that's not sport specific, that you can kind of just, do your stuff on the field and then relax and do something productive.
Yeah.
So I picked a guitar, and it was awesome. It was cool. I got to use a CNC router machine, which you program a file, and then it cuts out the wood for you. So it was awesome. It was an awesome project.
Could you play the guitar when you finished building it?
Yeah, it plays. It's at my house.
But I mean, do you know how? Are you good at playing?
Yeah, I can play.
Right.
I'm not great, but I can play chords and solo a little bit, so it's not bad.
What, now again, we're going fun facts here, but you have a brother that goes to Harvard.
Yeah, he just graduated this last year.
Was his capstone project better, similar?
No, so he went to a different high school. He's really smart. He went to Harvard, played baseball at Harvard.
Sure.
But a very different type of smart. He's a lot more spatially really analytical, solving puzzles, really good problem solver.
Okay.
And I just like building stuff. So, but yeah, he's really smart. If he had the option, he would do a much cooler project.
That's good though. Your minds work different, so the two of you combined are probably a pretty good team.
Yeah,
That's
we
good.
are.
All right, let's talk about baseball.
Deal.
Guitars are cool, but let's talk about baseball. Before Cal, you graduated from Oaks Christian High School, career .348 hitter with 23 extra base hits, 51 runs, and 34 RBIs, three-time All-League and Offensive Player of the Year honors, won the Miramani League batting title your senior year, second team All-CIF and Daily News All-Area team. So obviously tons of success on the field and a part of good programs with a lot of success and against really good competition down there as well. What would you say were some of the biggest impacts, people, places, things that really helped to build you into who you were before you got here?
So I had really good coaches. I had Royce Clayton, who's a long-time shortstop in the big leagues. 16 years started at shortstop, so he was great. It was really good learning from someone like that, someone who's been there and where we all want to go for so long. So that was really helpful, getting to got a lot of wisdom from him. Also, my hitting coach was a guy named Brett Barbary, who played 6 years in the big leagues, got the first hit for the Marlins, which I always think is awesome. Olympic gold medalist, really awesome coach. Been with me since I was 11, and so he has a lot of good wisdom. Kind of a guy that I can always go back to if things are starting to change at all or starting to slide. I can go back to him because he knows me so well.
Sure.
And so that's been really helpful. I know a lot of baseball players would credit their performance to their dads. I would credit mine to my mom and my stepdad as well, who influenced me a lot. But my mom has been my main person, my main voice that's been helping me throughout the whole thing.
Very cool. Very cool.
Those three people.
She gave you the brawn to go with.
Yes, yeah. She's very smart, very strong, very, very awesome.
Very cool. That's awesome. So talk to us now about why here. So you had options. Obviously, you come from a very well-read family, so you had plenty of academic options. What was it about this place, academically, athletically? Why was Cal the fit for you?
So it was a lot of things. So I was actually recruited during COVID, so it was different, and it was in some aspects a little bit harder because I wasn't able to see the school as much and interact. Yeah. But the coaches were fantastic. The way that they interacted with me, all the information they gave me. So that was one part. I wanted to stay in California if I could, weather close to home if possible. And I really like it. I mean, the school is obviously fantastic, but the baseball program is incredible. I love the coaches. Obviously, there's a lot of flash that I think comes with some of the bigger names in baseball that I think attract a lot of really young players, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going for something like that as a 15-year-old because that's kind of dangerous. Yeah. So I thought about it a lot, and I was like, there's really a lot more meaning in going to a school that's going to value you and all the stuff they talked about. So that was the main thing.
Good. No, I agree with you there. So let's talk about now. Once you got here to Cal, you're in Division I program, true freshman. Like you said, for a lot of guys like you, that COVID experience before you got here was way different than probably every other generation before you. What was one thing that you felt prepared for this fall, and then also what was one thing that you really had to kind of learn as you went through the course of this first fall?
Something I thought I was prepared for was I'd faced a lot of pretty good pitching from my summers with the SoCal Giants, and then through high school with facing some guys in the Thousand Oaks area that were solid. So that was something that it was nice to be able to face that on a consistent basis, because when you're in high school, you face guys like that, and then you face the guys that aren't so good, and that's just not the reality here. So it's nice to face that consistently. And then something that was a surprise was definitely the weightlifting. Okay. That was but it's a good surprise. Yeah. It's something that I think was a necessary wake up call, because like you lift in high school, but it's I don't know, having a team that's really into lifting heavy weight, and then coaches who are pushing you, and then these long early workouts, and it took a second to be like, wow, is this the new normal? And then it's incredible from that point on. You just increase productivity a lot with how we're doing it here. So
very cool. Let's talk more about maybe something more off the field. This is a group that's kind of a split between guys like you that are young bucks that are learning as you go and making adjustments on the fly and accruing that experience. Mm-hmm. Also some guys that have been here for a while that are, probably feel like they're 20 years old. What's the biggest thing you've learned from a leadership standpoint, or just, an off the field standpoint from some of those older guys with experience that you hope now to take towards teaching the younger guys as they come up?
So something that's been really helpful that I think every older guy has talked about is how important it is to spend time with the team just when you're not at the field. Because there's stuff going on every day, every weekend that the baseball team is doing, and that, sometimes it's not the whole team, but sometimes it's just and that's so important, because you have to, 99% of our time here is focused work. We have a goal and we're doing it. But so many guys in our first weekend here texted in our freshman group chat that one of their biggest regrets is not doing as much with the team off the field, because honestly, the guys here are really good athletes, but they're also really fun, like really funny. Yeah. I mean, Sully, he's the funniest guy on the planet Earth. So it's been good to know that we have to spend more time, because it's fun, but it's also bonding.
For sure, it's a short experience that 10 years from now you're gonna have real life responsibilities.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy it now. Good. Well, let's talk about the future. The last question we're gonna ask, we're gonna forecast into the future. 10 years from now, when you have all these responsibilities and you don't get to have as much fun with your teammates, we're going to come back and we'll do an alumni profile on all the cool things you did on and off the field here, and all the cool stuff you've learned how to build in your time since you've been here. When people look back at your time in this program, what do you want your legacy here to be?
On the field, it's very simple. I want to be a contributing factor on a winning team. That is, I think, the most important thing, that we are, whether that the goal is obviously Omaha, getting there, winning it, and taking advantage of all the work we're putting in, and being someone who helped that in one way or another, whether that's in every aspect or in one, or however that works. Yeah. And then off the field, just being a quality guy, a good teammate, a kind person. That's the main goal.
I don't think I have any problems with that. Keep doing your thing. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, of course.
And good luck this spring.
Thanks so much. Right. I appreciate it.
Keep tabs for more to come.